Welcome back to another episode of the Ark Survival Guide. Today we are going to explore some of the secrets of the Valguero Map. Now we have already seen some stunning scenery on the Valguero Map from some of our other map tours, but it turns out we are only scratching the surface, so today we are going to dive deep, I mean literally deep underground beneath the Valguero Map, and show you the hidden lost world of the Aberration section of Valguero. Now there are two known entrances to the Aberration Caves, and I am going to show you both locations, give you maps and coordinates for how to find the entrances to the Aberration Caves of Valguero, and I will give you some very helpful landmarks that will help you find them and show you exactly where to enter the Aberration Caves. And if you find this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications, because I will be releasing so many helpful Valguero map tours, so by the time Valguero is available on Xbox One and PS4, you can all be experts on this amazing map and know exactly where to go and what you want to do before the map even releases. And hopefully that will make the wait a little bit easier. So let's get started. Now this is the first Aberration Cave entrance on the Valguero map that I'm going to show you. You can see there's this big rock formation against this cliff over here, and at the base of that rock formation is a very long, narrow cave opening, and that's how you get down to the Aberration section. Now here's the map and coordinates for this spot. It's really easy access. You can just walk right into that cave, and it's got a nice long slope that goes all the way down into the Aberration section. So I'll zoom up a little so you can get a bit more perspective. You've got this big cliff face and that big rock formation down at the bottom. So if you look, the red obelisk is straight down there, and you draw a line from the obelisk to that gateway in the redwoods, and you follow that all the way till you're parallel with the green obelisk, and there's this section of the lake that kind of spreads out. If you hit the waterfall, you've gone too far. But just before that, it's kind of like a widened chamber of the lake right here, and I'll just kind of fly around a little bit so you can get a good perspective. Now, you got this weird rock formation kind of sticking out right here, and if you see that, you've just passed it. But this big, wide section of the lake is what you're looking for. And then you just look across this cliff here, and you should be able to find that entrance. Now I can't take my flyer in there, even though I've set it up so I should be able to on the settings. It's just kicking me off my flyer, so I won't fly down there, but I will show you the entrance here. And I believe this entrance is big enough to get even a brontosaurus through, so this should be a really good place to use if you're entering the Aberration map. This is the only entrance I know of that has a slope, and you can actually climb back out of the Aberration section from here. You can see a brontosaurus in the background there, give you a little perspective. And here's where my griffin's getting a little glitchy, but this should give you an idea. You can walk down a slope right here, and that is the best way to get down to the Aberration section on the Valguero map. Now I'm not going to explore that just yet. We'll show you that in a minute, but I'll show you the other entrance, which is a one-way trip down to the Aberration section, and it's much cooler than the trip down here, just walking down a slope. So we'll show you that in just a second. So this is the second entrance to the Aberration section of Valguero that I'm going to show you in just a second, but I'll start by showing you some easy to find landmarks that will show you how to get there. So there's the green obelisk, and if you head just a little bit to the northeast side of the green obelisk, right about here, that's the location on the map, and here's the coordinates for the castle, which is on just about the highest mountain that you'll see from the green obelisk. So it's pretty easy to spot from the air. So if I land on the castle, there is a little watchtower that sticks out to the northeast right there. If I line my flyer up with this bridge and keep flying just a little ways, on my left hand side I'm going to see a waterfall, and as long as I head towards that waterfall, it's going to point me to the lake just below the waterfall, and that is actually the second Aberration entrance on the Valguero map. map. And there it is right there. You can see there's this spot that all of the water just goes down a huge hole, and that is where we're going to head down to get to the Aberration section. Now at the top of that waterfall is a cool little cave full of tons of metal, great resource location. But here is the actual location of the second Aberration entrance on the Valguero map. It's right here on the very edge of the map. Now this spot is a really cool place. It's going to be a lot more fun to enter, but it is a one-way trip. Since I can't take my flyer down there, I'm going to have to do a leap of faith into that giant chasm, which is going to be a lot more fun. Now the first entrance, you've just got a nice slope. It's an easy slope. You can walk right up and down, probably take some big land dinos. I think even something as big as a brontosaurus, but this one is just going to be a quick jump, and here we go. And we'll hope this raptor doesn't follow us down there, because, you know, nobody wants to go jumping into a cliff with a raptor after you. So there we go. We actually, whoop, okay, that was my griffin following me. I forgot I had him on follow, so I'll just tell him to stop and he can chill out in this cave. Maybe he'll take out that raptor if he comes down here too. So once you've jumped into the first chamber, there's enough water to keep you alive. And we've got another waterfall we can jump down on this side. And we're basically just going to keep jumping down all of these waterfalls. That's a pretty big drop, but as long as you get enough distance and you jump as far as you can, we should be able to make it safely into this next pool. And there we go. Haven't broken any legs yet, and now you're starting to see some of the Aberration Cave crystals. And we've got one more jump. It's really important to line this up and just give it all we've got. Get a long jump here, and hopefully we can hit this water. Alright, we did not die. So, it's a lot more interesting jumping down this way. So there we go, we are now in underground Aberration Valguero, and I'm going to give you a tour all around this underground cave system, which is pretty cool. So here we are in the underground Aberration Caves of Valguero, and I gotta say, it is beautiful down here. I am going to speed up the video so it doesn't take forever for me to show you around here, because you just move so slowly using the fly command, and that's really the best way to show you around while we're flying around down here, because I can't take any flyers in, even though I've tried to set up the settings to allow that. I don't know if that's a glitch or if that's always supposed to be that way in the Aberration section, but we are already coming into some really cool biomes that we don't really see anywhere outside of Aberration. We've got a lot of cool text structures. It looks like a nice little glowing Doedicurus down there. Got some loot drops and stuff, but this really reminds me a lot of the Aberration section maps from the older Aberration expansion, which also is kind of hinting at the Extinction section, so you know, might be a little foreshadowing there for you guys who haven't played Extinction. But check out this beautiful cave system. I mean, this is just stunning. I love the Valguero map on the surface, but even underground in this Aberration section, I expected to be just some ugly cave system. Didn't think I'd like it at all, and instead we have this lush, beautiful forest full of mushrooms and ferns, and I mean, it's as awesome looking. Now there's the map and coordinates for where we are. We are well below the surface, and you've kind of got this skylight, but you can't actually get up there. I tried and it didn't work, but got some really cool sections down in this main chamber. It's like a huge open chasm. And I believe this little waterfall down there, if you go to the left, should actually take you into the Aberration Cave, which is all these really cool purple and orange glowing crystals. But we'll get to that in a second. Right now we're flying around the mushroom forest biome, and there is just a lot of really cool stuff down here. In the Aberration Caves, there's a lot of creatures that produce their own light, and I love how there's this huge section in the middle where you can build and have a lot of cool flat land for bases. Now, I usually don't recommend bases for PvP because I don't don't actually play PvP myself, but, you know, if you guys are PvP players, feel free to give me suggestions of good base locations. But playing solo PvE, I love big flat plateaus that I can build on, and some of these plateaus over here in the distance have some cool, almost floating platforms that you can build on, and it's pretty awesome space there. Sorry the camera is jumping around a little bit, I fixed that later, but if you see this chamber straight ahead to my right, you've got some kind of faintly orange glowing crystals here. If you follow that all the way to the back of that chamber, it will eventually take you up to the surface on that first entrance that I showed you at the beginning of this video. But we're actually going to head to the left chamber and go even deeper into the Aberration section of Valguero and show you some really cool stuff. So let's continue our tour. Instead of going back up to the surface on the right hand side, we're going to go even deeper into the Aberration section of the Valguero map, and we're going to explore some of the crystal caverns, which are just crazy looking. Now you can start to see this yellow and purple glow in the distance, and you've got this big metal arch that kind of signifies the end of the mushroom forest and where things start to get really crazy. So we've got all of these crazy crystals back here in the background. I mean, just look at all this stuff. This is just nuts. Got a lot of really interesting creatures that you only see on the Aberration map. And check out this waterfall. This just looks awesome. If I was going to build a base down here, I would probably put something that would get a good view of this waterfall because, oh my gosh, that is just some of the best scenery I've seen on Ark. That's just awesome. So a lot of really beautiful and cool stuff to see. Now there's even more down below. If you follow that canyon, it goes even deeper. But I'm going to kind of, head up on the surface a little bit. We're going to be able to see some more of these crystal formations, lots of giant crabs, all kinds of fun stuff. Now I believe you can even harvest some of these crystals, not the big decorative ones, but there's all kinds of really good resources down here, a lot of good loot drops, good stuff like that. But of course, lots of crazy dangerous creatures too. And now we're heading towards the very back of this section, and it just starts looking awesome. I mean, I gotta admit, this is just some of the craziest stuff I've seen on Ark. And I haven't actually played Aberration myself. I've eventually going to get around to it, I'm sure, but this is just really cool scenery. I will eventually do a Let's Play on Valguero, and we'll probably do a lot of time down here in the Aberration section because this is just cool. But check that out. I mean, is that not beautiful scenery or what? I'm mostly showing you guys around just to kind of give you a tour, and we'll head back up in a second. But I want to say thank you so much for your patience for me releasing more Valguero map tours. I have been trying to get you guys a lot of helpful information, and I figured a lot of you would probably be looking for the entrances to the Aberration section on Valguero. But I have had a nasty cold, totally lost my voice for a few days here, so I haven't been able to put out videos as much as I've wanted to, but I will continue to release helpful Valguero map tour videos to give you guys all kinds of good information. Now, it's out on PC right now, so I can show you all around the finalized official Valguero map in all of its breathtaking glory. But if you're playing Ark on PS4 or Xbox One, Valguero is supposed to come out in the very beginning of July, so you should be able to know all about the Valguero map if you watch a lot of my Valguero map tours before that comes out. So be sure to subscribe to my channel and ring that bell for notifications, and it will tell you when the next Valguero map tour comes out, which should be really soon, hopefully in the next couple of days. But until then, I encourage you to browse around the playlists on my channel. There are tons of helpful tips and tricks out there that will help brand new Ark players learn how to play Ark, but also veterans who have been playing for years can learn all kinds of helpful tricks that will make your Ark adventures so much easier and more pleasant. And I'd love for you to leave a comment if you have any cool suggestions for base locations or anything else that would be helpful to know on this Valguero Aberration section of the map. Or if you find another entrance to the Valguero Caves, I'd love to hear about that too. Also, if you want to watch me play some Nintendo Switch games with my wife, we have a new YouTube channel together called the Console Co-op Couple. You can find a link in the description of this video, and we would love it if you would subscribe over there too. So until next time, I hope your Ark adventures are full of fun, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching this video from the Ark Survival Guide. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can bring you more great guides like this one. Ark is an amazing game, but there is so much to learn before you can really enjoy it. We are dedicated to bringing you high-quality guides, tutorials, and Let's Play videos that are fun, helpful, clean, and suitable for the entire family. There's a tutorial in this series for everything we have done so far in this video. Check out these playlists for more episodes from this series and other guides to help you enjoy your journey on Ark.